J.K. Rowling, a British author, recently posted a nearly 700-word post on the social media platform X, addressing comments made by Emma Watson on a podcast. Rowling's post focuses on their long-standing relationship, revealing Watson's hypocrisy and ignorance. The language is clear and engaging, but quite a lot of people describe it as a lengthy post, suggesting many people today struggle to read attentively or understand complex matters. This displays a decline in human intelligence, evident in poor judgment and behavior in certain situations, like bugs in a computer program, unrelated to education, profession, or background. When discussing the Rowling-Watson dispute, one should avoid mixing in recent left-right political debates or confusing their conflict about gender identity with personal opinions on the matter. In her post, Rowling claims Watson is disconnected from real life and so fails to understand ordinary people's problems. This ignorance leads Watson to wrongly support transgender rights, which Rowling sees as an infringement on many women's basic rights and even safety. Rowling herself has endured death, torture, and rape threats, yet Watson, an advocate for human rights, ignored this and maintained a message of love and inclusion, which gathered a crowd hostile to Rowling. Watson publicly denied Rowling on broadcast media, but privately sent notes through an intermediary expressing sympathy. Given Watson's media presence and lack of direct response, it's reasonable to assume Rowling's accusations hold weight. The Rowling-Watson conflict exemplifies people who preach lofty principles but then behave contrary to those principles for unknown reasons. When dealing with friends and family, facing people obviously in need right in front of them, they can act totally different from what they proclaim. A peculiarity best described as bizarre. Here are some examples. 1. Teaching thinking to the point of being fired. Warren Smith is a university teacher who began posting videos on YouTube 5 years ago. He worked at Emerson College in Boston. A year ago, he suddenly gained public attention after tech tycoon Elon Musk shared one of his videos, which showed Smith interacting with a student. The video footage focuses on Smith and captures conversations with a student. The student asked, even if J.K. Rowling is transphobic, does Smith still like her work? Smith led his student step by step to critically analyze the question, including examining assumptions and finding specific relevant facts. Eventually, the student realized his earlier question was mistaken and admitted that the idea that Rowling is transphobic was unfounded. Smith didn't criticize the student for asking a stupid question, but encouraged deeper thinking. A notable quote from Smith in the video is, "The whole point is to learn how to think, not what to think." Soon after, the college dismissed Smith due to a breach of trust. Smith insists he never disclosed confidential school material. Observers suspect the dismissal was because the video received too much attention and the critical thinking content clashed with the college's desired image. According to Emerson College's website, the institute draws independent minds from diverse backgrounds around the world through its highly regarded academic programs in communication, the arts, and the liberal arts. Our students are thinkers and doers who develop daring ideas and bring innovation, depth, and diversity to the disciplines. Smith's teaching fully aligned with the college's mission. Therefore, dismissing a dedicated teacher without a real integrity issue raises questions about the college's commitment to fostering independent minds and encouraging innovation, depth, and diversity. 2. Ignoring dwarfs' needs in your face. In 2023, Disney's new movie, Snow White, cast average height actors as the 7 dwarfs, sparking controversy. Piers Morgan invited both supporters and opponents to his TV show. Comedian James Barr supported Disney's decision as more inclusive, to avoid dwarf stereotypes. The opponent, dwarf actor Dylan Postl, argued simply that dwarfs can't play other roles, only elves, dwarfs, or similar roles suit them. Disney's approach merely exploits the limited performance opportunities. Postl accepts the term dwarf and doesn't think it demeans the group or its stereotype. His concern is whether dwarfs can showcase their talent on screen. Ba, who has openly identified as gay and faced discrimination in his career, believes dwarfs are also a minority and should be protected from discrimination. Morgan and Postel were unimpressed by Ba's argument, saying Disney discriminates against dwarfs, falsely twisting the perfectly normal situation of dwarfs playing dwarfs into something where tall actors impersonate them. Ba had no reply and prevaricated. There are many other examples from everyday life, which I will briefly describe here. For instance, some people say that empathy should be increased in interpersonal relationships, but the problems faced by the people around them seem unimportant to them. Some believe that in relationships there should be more encouragement and appreciation, and criticism should be avoided, so they get upset if others criticize them. In fact, this is criticizing those who criticize, or even criticizing the very act of criticism itself. After all, they don't want to hear others point out their mistakes. Most of us have met a few of these kinds. They claim to care about this or that, but actually only care about what they have always cared about. They ignore what lies before them. They promote tolerance, but strongly reject dissent. They complain that people don't understand them, but remain confined to their own inner world, showing no real interest in others' affairs. Perhaps this is a human limitation, egocentric, existing somewhere between omniscience and total ignorance, inclining to the latter. What is regrettable is that these weaknesses are often clearly shown by those who loudly speak of caring for the vulnerable, tolerance, and empathy. We can't accuse them of hypocrisy because they genuinely believe they hold pure ideals and strive to do good. Yet they can't see that the kindness applies only to specific groups and is disconnected from the bigger world beyond their circle. They are unaware of this ignorance, which is exactly what Rowling said about Watson. She is ignorant of how ignorant she is. When others burst their emergent bubbles and expose flaws in their thinking, they adamantly resist, offering more theories, such as how the environment affects them, the pressures they face, their personal experiences shaping who they are, insisting responsibility lies elsewhere, and that only they face certain situations no one else can understand. Such arguments obviously fail to convince rational people. Those debating with them may initially grow impatient, wondering why they are so stubborn. Realizing their endless excuse resemble a desperate struggle, others see no point arguing further and merely feel pity. Concerningly, this way of thinking not only causes political and interpersonal conflicts, but also approaches a collective ideology or mode of thinking. If enough people think this way and gain influence, it could mark the decline of human civilization. I may not agree with all J.K. Rowling's views, nor can history yet judge if her literal works are timeless masterpieces. But compared to many criticized here, I wish the world had more J.K. Rowlings. If you have any idea or like this video, please comment, like, subscribe and share. I'll be grateful if you support me on Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon, making us go even further. See you on the next video.